So Shaen and Inglis, we were kind of all going to do it, and I chickened out. It's so my bad, guys. But just know you're in my heart. You're tattooed to my heart, boys.
Oh, I toggle easily.
Yeah.
It's a day off. Low power mode.
Is that not annoying, or is that just me? I know I'm anal, and I'm not denying that.
I don't know if I find it more annoying or I just find that weird.
And I tell these stories so other people, like, I guess, don't judge me on them, but so they can say, like, I'm just glad there's someone else out there that thinks these things. Get off my yard, like, cut your tree. I turned out to be normal, I promise.
I'm gonna rip off some more branches.
Weren't we supposed to be in flying cars by now? The one intersection that was bass-ackwards.
What does that mean? The autumnal equinox falls.
Like, just get on with it, you know? People watching are like, what is happening?
Welcome to the Mr. and Mrs. Inglis Podcast. I'm Megan.
And I'm Shaen. We're here to talk about the wild ride of raising kids, growing careers, keeping life together in the middle of all the chaos.
So buckle up, because we're all in this crazy journey together.
All right, well, here we go. We are episode 33, the long-awaited.
Episode 33.
Episode 33.
Episode what?
33.
TreTre.
Oh, if you want to say that, sure.
I mean, it was your thing for the longest time.
I had forgotten about that.
Really? Because, like, it was still pretty fresh in my mind.
I know. I apologize for that. I really do. It's a funny thing that you grow out of. So we mentioned on the last podcast at the very end, if anybody stayed with us, I know a few of you did, but we were talking about how it takes guys longer to grow up, right?
Yes.
And one of the things that it did take me a little bit time to grow out of was my fascination with my sports number. I was 33. Basketball, my number was 33. Football, my number was 33. 33 in high school, 33 in college. I mean, I was 33. I mean, that was ingrained in me.
Yeah.
Right? And that's your whole persona for, a good 10 years of your life.
Yeah.
It's burned into you.
Oh, I can imagine.
And again, I will caveat this with, I did not play professional sports. So I can only imagine what it's like for an athlete that actually went professional, was like had that number for 25 years, made a living, was a, like that's got to be totally different. But for us, amateurs, even still, I don't know if it's like the testosterone burn at the time, it just burns it into you.
I think it's part of, because it was so much a part of your persona.
Yeah.
That like it was so much of who you are, what your identity was at that time.
Yeah.
I think I wasn't. Like
I always go to the fact that at least I played college ball. So like, I mean, there's nothing against people that played high school. There's great high school athletes out there that didn't, go on to play in college and whatnot. But I always felt like because I played some college ball too, that it gave me a little extra, right?
You had a few extra years there.
A little bit extra right
to
there.
Wear that on the back.
And that's a whole other story there. That's a whole other story. But yeah, so for the longest time when we first met, 33, it would be, 4:33 in the afternoon. And I'd be like, hey, TreTre.
Yep.
And it was a thing, an incredibly lame thing.
Did we? So speaking of incredibly lame, did we talk about the name on your yearbook? I mean, it was so much a part of your persona.
Oh, well, that was a real quick, right turn or left turn. Wow. No, we did not.
But I mean, it was so much a part of your persona.
Yeah.
That you actually changed the name on your yearbook.
Not to TreTre, though.
It wasn't TreTre.
This goes back to, I was a basketball player.
Yeah. It was a part of your identity.
Yeah.
So much so that the name on your yearbook in, 8th grade?
8th grade.
8th grade. Okay, so let's...
As a caveat. This was not my senior year.
Yeah, no.
8th grade. I was 14 maybe.
Right. So, and it was so much a part of your life that your name was...
Well, the year before, how you can put... how back in the days you could put your name into them. They'd be like, what is that? Embossed in gold or silver print or something like that. I'd say Shaen Inglis. I don't know if you ever did that because I didn't see it, but
no,
that was a thing in Colorado. We did those, and most of them. So it was Shaen Inglis. But for 8th grade, it was Shaen, quotation marks, Air Inglis, close quotation marks, Inglis. So Shaen Air Inglis, and that was, that was a ode to Michael Air Jordan.
Yes. Yes.
He and I were very similar back in 1990. maybe 90.
90, maybe. Yeah.
I think he was winning his first championship, and I was leading the Holmes Hawks. Yeah.
Absolutely. Leading scorer.
Into historic wins.
Mhm.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can read all about it in the encyclopedias.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty soon when I use like ChatGPT or Copilot and use your name, like it's going to pull up Shaen and Inglis.
Yeah.
Maybe if we put that out.
It's not. It's not. Well, that's the funny thing, because it was like that's your persona for so long,
Yeah.
and guys were like that a little bit.
100%.
And but I eventually grew out of that, right? Like TreTre is no longer a part. That's why I was joking. I don't really have a tattoo on my back for 33, but I did have some really, really good friends. My two best friends, Jason and Brian.
Right.
And all of our numbers kind of went together.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like 2, 3, 3, 3, and 3, 2. So 23, 32, 33, and 32 were our numbers.
Right.
And they got that tattooed on their arms.
Yeah.
And we were kind of all going to do it, and I chickened out. It's so my bad, guys. But just know you're in my heart. You're tattooed to my heart, boys.
I know. That's
Yeah.
like a deep tattoo.
Oh, yeah. So anyways, I grew out of it. But are some of our sons and our daughters, have you wore that number?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a family thing now. Not that I pressure them into it. I think they just saw things and pictures, and they knew about it.
You never once actually even suggested it, talked about it, anything.
Right.
Our kids knew nothing about the number 33 and this TreTre phenomenon. I mean, that's how long ago you grew out of this.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
like it didn't even persist.
Should
while
bring
we
it
had
back, though, right? It's really good.
Yeah, or not. Or not. It's fine.
Oh, goodness. So we are in episode TreTre, episode 33,
TreTre.
which would have been a huge deal to me, 15 years ago.
Right.
Maybe 20 years ago now. Forget how old I'm getting.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
don't you
yeah.
still feel 25?
Yeah, we've talked about that a little bit. It is. I mean, it is so weird that I don't feel any older than 35.
No.
Really.
No. Like,
You
and
know?
that's okay.
It's just life just puts different pressures on you. I mean, I think as you get older, you're able to just bear more weight as long as you're a healthy individual.
Yeah.
And there's times even when you're a healthy individual that it's too much weight,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, there's a lot of times like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember a few years back when I had a company that I owned. I was still working for the bank, but on the side I owned a company. And, I had we were running 33 trucks. At Christmas time, I had at least that many employees, a lot of pressure on that. And there was a lot of pressure on that one. It was not what we wanted it to be. I was trying to get out of it, but I had to make it through the next Christmas season. And I remember saying the pressure of that cracked me. I mean, it fundamentally cracked my personality for a good 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And it took me time to heal because that was a lot of pressure.
Was.
And I was a healthy person at that time, thinking I was doing
For sure.
we did a lot of research on it, thought we made the right choices, talked to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it just ended up the people that I could not do the research on were the ones that
Right.
ruined it.
Isn't that usually how it goes?
I guess. Yeah.
A lot of times it is. It's a human element that can throw a wrench into things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The people I had to deal with at the other company
Yeah.
that dealt with my company specifically were just horrible people.
And I'm lucky enough that I haven't had this a whole lot in my career, but I mean, you hear people, and I've actually known quite a few, as have you, who hey, I'm going to go to this new company. It's a great, maybe there's a really big job offer or whatever that's out there and that money, and you get over there and you're like, whoa, I couldn't do the research on these people, and I don't like the culture. I don't like the way they talk to each other, whatever it happens to be, that's the piece that you can't.
The grass always seems like it's greener.
Yes.
Right? That's what everybody thinks. Grass is
Yes.
always greener.
Right.
And, I've been around the block enough at the banks because in my line of business, financing of a certain particular, not segment
Right.
of the U.S. economy, I would say, there's just kind of a merry-go-round of these bankers that specialize in what I did.
Yeah.
And we just kind of all hop different banks. We'd follow each other. We'd go here, then that person would move over here, And but it was the same people everywhere you went. And like you'd be tired because like this credit culture was terrible. This credit guy was horrible, or this leadership wasn't what I was hoping it would be. You get to the next bank and it was like, same tie,
Ooh,
same attitude, same everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there are probably some industries that are just more like that than others that maybe have a little bit more of
Yeah, I was at the banking and finance. We've talked about this a lot because I was in banking and finance for 24 years. And my experiences with that are different than yours because you're also in finance.
finance, yeah.
But in a totally different segment, non-banking related.
Yeah.
And you don't have as much of the machoism, the egoism. I mean, the egos are just out of this world when you get to some levels there. And I'm not trying to throw sticks and stones at people, but it's over the top. I mean, smartest guys in the room is a legit thing. Read the book.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, and that's one thing that I think I've tried to at least talk to our kids about. And I remember when I graduated from college, I graduated, finance and accounting degree,
Yeah.
right? And up until that point, your life has always fit into a box, right? Like I'm a finance major, or I'm a marketing major, or I am psychology. Like it fits into those boxes, and then you get into the real world, and you're like, whoa, that box actually means nothing. That box is so big that it's really hard to pick like what to do. And I'm so blessed that I got into the right piece of finance because like my education was geared toward brokerage firm. And if you know me, I would not have done well in a brokerage firm type environment. That's actually great for some people, but that like aggressive, cutthroat type of smartest guy in the room, machoism.
Sexy Wall Street bankers, smartest guy in the room.
I would have cracked. Like it would have never been for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I always say I'm blessed to have gotten into what I did.
Yeah.
But there's so many different levels of, we're both in finance, but very different.
Yeah. Because there's things we would say like, I could never do that. And you're like, oh, that's totally normal. Like people admit they're wrong all the time in mine, or people work together and try to help each other. And it's like, no, it's cutthroat in my world. I mean, commercial banking's not that way. And I'm just saying everybody's like that. There's some great people and great friends I've made in the banking industry, but there's a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, it's different. And
yeah, bankers and lawyers have, they have a certain,
They do. But I'm sure lawyers are probably I don't think frustrated is the right word, but they probably have a similar experience to you and I, where there's just different levels. I think you're like, I'm a contract attorney. I've never seen the inside of a courtroom. I have no idea. I stare at documents all day, versus you have the other ones. You're like, I'm a defense attorney.
Yeah, right.
I represent the people who have murdered people, And you're like, but they deserve a defense too.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
It's so different. Life doesn't fit into those boxes.
But you brought this, to bring that back around to your initial point, though. People are always just looking for that grass is greener to some degree. And I think it's just such a blessing because you're one of the few lucky ones, I would say, that get up every day. You enjoy what you do. You enjoy the people you work with for the most part.
Yeah.
And it's not a chore to go to work for you as much as maybe some people.
Right.
Yeah.
But a lot of that is the people.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
I work in a culture where it's okay to say I'm wrong or I made a mistake. We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
And just own it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you know me, I'm going to out myself. Like I'm the last person to ever say I'm sorry because I hate being wrong and whatever. But it's like, honestly, through my job, because I realized by being accountable to your mistake, that's actually thought of as a good thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's helped me in my personal life too, even though you would think that'd come more from your personal life. He's always the first to say he's sorry.
Yeah.
You really are.
Yeah. Well, I'm right most of the time. So when I'm not, it's easy to, the one or two times it's ever happened.
You're right a lot. I mean, you are.
I kid. Anyways, we go down that pathway a long ways, but I don't want to, I don't want to beat that dead horse. We've talked about that before. We can talk about that another time at some point too. But today is a holiday, so we're trying to get some R&R in.
We are. And some of us are better at getting R&R in than others.
Yeah. Yet another dagger thrown at me.
No. I I actually am I'm envious of you because even on days off,
No, you're not.
I have like a low power mode.
Mm-hmm. That's why you know I'm envious of you.
Like,
Because you can actually switch that. You can toggle.
oh, I toggle easily.
Yeah.
It's a day off.
Yeah.
Low power mode, right? I'm doing laundry. I'm emptying a dishwasher. I'm changing a bed, right?
Yeah.
It's the basic stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Whereas you are still plagued by like, I got to get stuff done.
Yeah.
I don't even have that desire. And because of that, I feel lazy.
Yeah. The best metaphor I can come up with right now is like, since we're on yachts and boats and all this kind of stuff, it's like you got the boat, turned all the way up, you're hammered down, full blast with the engines going, except you're more, you're in dock. So you're just at the dock just bouncing around, but the engines are going, but you're not going anywhere because today is the day off.
Yeah.
Even though you got 1,000 places to go and things to do. I don't know, it's just the to-do list in my head is constantly, it just doesn't allow you to, for me at least, I can't turn that off. I can't toggle that off. It's just, I could be doing this, I could be doing that, I could be doing this. I talked about that before on this show, and having to slow down and be like, well, instead, you know what, maybe let's play a game of pool with the kids, or hang out in the pool itself with the kids.
Right.
While they still want to and do that kind of stuff. So I'm not horrible at that kind of stuff, but like this morning, I don't want to say it puts me in a bad mood, but I get aggravated. I have to fight through the annoyance of my own brain that's saying, Shaen, you could be doing this, or you should be doing this, or what are you doing tomorrow? Are we planning for tomorrow? To be like, hey, today we're not going to do anything, major. And there's still some things we're going to do. We got to get some vacations planned and stuff like that. But it's really hard. It's really hard to rest.
Yeah.
I find it really hard to rest.
You do.
My brain does not turn off, ever. It never, ever, ever turns off. With the caveat of watching a movie. If I'm like watching a movie,
Yeah.
I can get immersed in the movie.
Yeah.
And for that hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, like on Friday nights or when we have movie nights, I love movie nights because that is the time I can turn my brain off.
Right. And I can always tell when because I could tell you were agitated this morning. I could just, there's just something about it. Like,
Yeah.
there's an edginess and.
Oh, I know. I knew it too.
That's why, you were like, oh, I should go for a run. And
I was laughing because you encouraged me to go for the run.
I encouraged
I always come
you.
back from a run in a better mood.
You do.
So you encouraged me to go on the run. You should just go for a run.
I did because I knew that you would feel like you accomplished something because that was part of your agitation. You're like, I've gotten nothing done.
Because we ate so much this weekend in Austin. Just junk food after junk food after junk food.
Total junk food.
And everything's fried, it's just...
There's nothing healthy about it.
Right.
You
right.
feel unhealthy. I get
Yeah.
that. But I knew that if you went for a run, because at first I was like, whatever you want to do,
Usually you don't give that kind of that hard direction either. That's why I was laughing inside.
I was that transparent that I was like, no, you should go for a run. After I said, you should do what you want to do. And then you kept talking and I was like, yeah, you should go for a run.
Well, I've told you that before. Males, at least me, I'm a blunt instrument, so you don't need to tiptoe around it. You know what I mean? Like, Shaen, you got a little bit of an attitude problem? Go for a run.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that because I already know that. It's not like it's not an epiphany for me like, oh, what? I'm in a bad mood? It's like, I understand that. And I wasn't in a bad mood, but I was I was teeter-tottering on frustration.
Yep.
With myself, not with anybody else.
No.
But the bad news is, and I think a lot of people are like this, when you're in one of those moods, and I hope other people get in that mood, and I hope I'm not the only one that does it, because I'm just trying to let people know, this is normal, I think, is you tend to take that out on other people. And so you start nitpicking, at least I do, I'll start nitpicking on other people, And then I just feel bad because now I'm the dad that's in a bad mood.
I think that's totally normal. I do the same thing.
Yeah. And so that's why I was like, I do need to go. But I was also struggling with just being lazy. It's like I got 1,000 things to do.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I ate horrible. I'm tired.
Yep.
Yeah. It's all these things are piled up. Where do I start unpacking this so I can have a great day?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the best place, you're right, for me to start unpacking is physicality. I need to go shoot hoops. I need to go lift weights. I need to go for a run. And the run is usually the easiest one.
Yeah.
Just to start off with. Because it's fast. It's 30 minutes. I'm done. And I feel good.
Yeah. Yeah. and you feel accomplished. You got some of your jitters out. You know, so it's like, even if you do relax the rest of the day, you're like, I went for my run, you know, it makes me feel healthier. It just, it doesn't solve everything, but.
No, but it's a little bit of a reset for me. I mean, I got plenty of things left to do today that I'd like to do.
Yeah.
But the family, including myself, will all appreciate the fact that I was able to run through that literally, and you know, and transition into, you know, just more of a better day.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah, it's funny. Like on the run, you could tell like I was in an agitated mood enough. Like on the run, I run down this neighborhood near where we live, and there was a wild there. And I tell these stories so other people, like, I guess, don't judge me on them, but so they can say, like, I'm just glad there's someone else out there that thinks these things, right?
Yeah.
So in this neighborhood, and we're not part of that neighborhood, that's an HOA and all that kind of stuff, but I've lived in HOA neighborhoods before, so I know, like, there's rules. Like, for one thing, I know when I'm in an agitated mood, on the sidewalk, when you've got your tree that's growing near the sidewalk, you're supposed to trim the limbs so that people can walk on the sidewalk without being, you know, decapitated, or, I mean, that might be extreme, but at least you shouldn't have to duck under the tree limbs.
Yeah.
Right? That's part of the HOA. It's like, I've seen it, and I know that neighborhood's nice enough that that's part of it. And when these same people, they have two trees in two different spots that hang over, and when I can tell I'm a little frustrated, I'm like, it frustrates me. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, cut your branches. So sometimes I'll run under and I'm like, try to like snap them with my hand so that it's like the dead branch. Or then sometimes I'll just run through their yard hoping that they'll see me and like yell at me, you know, like, get off my yard, like, cut your tree. You know, these are the things I think about as I'm like, just like Mr. in a bad mood running guy. So today I'm running.
I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah.
This is news to me.
And this is the second time I've seen it. First time didn't bother me, but I did take note of it.
Okay.
There's a guy in this neighborhood, normal street, just like anybody else's street. His driveway happens to be just exactly across the street from his neighbor's driveway. So he backs out his truck, and I've seen him do it twice, and he did it today. He backs his truck out all the way across the street into his neighbor's driveway, halfway into his neighbor's driveway, then pulls out into the street, and then pulls out. He's incapable, apparently, did this thing just lower? He's incapable, apparently, of backing out into the street, as most people do, and then pulling for it. So he backs into his neighbor's driveway every time to leave his driveway.
Really?
Yeah. Does that not annoy you? Is that not annoying, or is that just me? I know I'm anal, and I'm not denying that.
I don't know if I find it more annoying or I just find that weird. Like, everyone just backs out of their driveway. Like, why do you have to go all the way back that makes no sense to me. Like, it is totally going down.
My day's getting bad again.
I need to go for another
one. My mic is acting up on me.
I'm gonna rip off some more branches.
My mic is sad, apparently. It's just like, oh, this is just sad. This is just keeps kind of going down.
That's just weird. And, like, maybe they're really good friends. And that's why he does.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you don't mind if I just, for no reason whatsoever, need to use your driveway to back out?
That's a little bit odd.
Yeah.
I don't get why you would need to do that, but
right. But these are the type of neighborhoods where people are like, I complain about these HOA people. I mean, like, people are very concerned about their property and, don't put your trash cans in the wrong spots and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, oh, sure, by all means, use my driveway to get out of your driveway.
Right.
Because you can't back into the street. Anyways.
That's the weirdest thing.
So I remember I was running by that this morning just going like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Interesting. I was like, this should not bother me, Shaen. This should not bother you. Keep on running. But I did shake my head at him. And like as I'm running, I kind of did like the whole thing in my head. Like, you couldn't just I literally like motioned with my hand. Like, you couldn't just go into your street and then drive out. Like, I did this like little hand motion just in case. Hopefully he was looking and being like, oh, you know what? That guy's right. I should back into the street. This is, that's over and beyond. Yeah. It's beyond the pale.
Or he just thought that there was a bug that you were trying to get rid of.
Like, everybody knows I'm just that really mad, uptight runner.
Carrying branches that
right.
you've ripped off trees as you go.
So, I mean, on this podcast, I mean, like, this is my normal personality. I am generally a very happy-go-lucky person. Now, that being said, I feel like I am a lightweight. That being said, we've covered it on here, right? There's different facets to everybody's personality. I am intense as they come. Not as they come, but I am very intense. I've met more intense people than me. I'm anal. I get that. I'm a perfectionist. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, and I am not as much of an optimist as I once thought I was. Some might even say I'm a pessimist, but I really try not to be. I don't want to be. But when you've had as much bad luck, go ahead.
What's so cute about it is that, and this is the maturity of our relationship, like, you used to tell me what an optimist you were and how you were just easygoing. And the whole time, like, you know, early dating and even into like 15 years of marriage, I just kind of was like, just kind of stayed silent when you would say it. And
15 years of
and
silence.
I was like,
You've lived in a
and I was like,
jail.
Finally, I was like, yeah, no, you're not. You're not an optimist. You're not easygoing. And now it's like, and I'm not either. I can't claim to be. I'm not. I never have been. I've never been an easygoing person. I'm an optimist, I think.
I would say for sure.
Most of the time.
I would say for sure.
Unless I'm in a bad mood and then the world is crashing, right? Like, we all get like that. Then everything's terrible. But yeah, I think because you've been more, you're like, no, you have to be, you said it earlier, like, you just have to be super blunt. And so I'll never forget, I was like, yeah, you're not an optimist, honey. Like,
Well, that's what's fun. I was just going to say, that's what's so funny, though. I mean, just it took you 15 years. Maybe that's just comfort level. I mean, I don't know. We're very comfortable with each other. I think we're upfront with each other. But that is a personality thing, because you have had to learn that, and you still are learning that, I think, even after 20 years of being together, that be more blunt, just be more upfront, say what you want. And that's a little bit of an upbringing thing, potentially, because I know your family is much more sweep it under the rug, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I mean, my family's not that way. My family wears their emotions on their sleeve. We got a problem, let's talk about it, right? At least some of my family's that way, right? There's other parts of my family that aren't like that either, but I am definitely a person that I'm not just going to be like, let's pretend that didn't happen and just smile at each other. I hate that. And I know that's not easy. Some people hate acknowledging the fact that we need to have a conversation, you know, because one of us is not happy, you know? And I think that's something that personality-wise we've worked on a lot in our marriage of like, hey, look, I'm very upfront with those things, and you've had to learn to deal with that, because and I have too. It's not like I've hit you over the hammer all the time. I've tried not to do that, you know, but it is like, it's very hard for me not to have something to say and not say it, you know, where it's like, tell me I'm bad too. It's okay. You can tell me I'm bad. I'll work on it. Like, I don't know. I'm a blunt, dumb guy sometimes. And if you don't tell me, I won't know. Like, just tell me exactly what it is, and I'll work on it, I promise, you know? And I treat you the same way, and I know that's not how you want it sometimes, delivered.
Yeah, and that's where I think that's just people's comfort level with being super blunt, right? Like, some people need the soft landing. Like, you still need to hear it. And I never would, when you would comment about how you were easygoing, and, you know, I would never be like, oh, yeah, you are. I wouldn't actually agree with it. I just wouldn't contradict it, you know?
I probably wasn't ready to hear that at that point in my life, though, either,
Yeah,
if it was
true.
15 years ago.
True.
I've matured during our relationship.
For sure. I think we both have.
Yeah.
Let's hope so after
Yeah.
20 more than 20 years together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was doing the math in my head.
No, I was still healing from, you know, my tough earlier years when we met.
Yeah.
You know, we're still going through some of that. I mean, you saw some of that
Yeah.
up front. So, I mean, yeah, I've, not that I'm a totally healed, great, perfect person anymore, but I mean, I definitely have matured through some of those things.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to work on that, because it's hard for me to have something to say and give feedback to somebody. And it's like, well, do you not want me to tell you how I feel? Because now I'm just keeping something from you that I feel like you should know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that I feel like I want to tell you.
Yeah. Right. And sometimes it's just the messaging, right? Like,
Yeah.
and that's where either of us may not do it the right way all the time, like one too blunt, one too subtle, right? Or one even almost like for my way, like I may be so subtle that it never even came across and seems as complicit, right? Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
there's a happy medium in there, right?
Yeah.
Not hurt someone's feelings, but yet still let them hear the truth.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I'm still working on it.
Yeah. No, it's hard. We're both working on both those things. So, anyways, but we're trying to. It's just so interesting the difference in personalities. I know other people out there have the same issues. I mean, clearly they do because I mean, think about how many relationships don't work. You know, so I mean, it's not easy being different.
Yeah.
And trying to find that common ground.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'll never forget. I mean, my gosh, my microphone does not want to. Oh, okay, I remember what it was. Sorry, I trying to fix my mic and I still didn't. It's just continuously getting lower and lower here. But
Let's just start sliding down.
yeah, that's what I need to do. I'll just start. That's right. I'll adjust to the mic. Just be my eyebrows and up on the show.
It'll be me talking to an empty chair.
For those of you listening, they're like, just get on with it, you know. People watching are like, what is happening? Yeah, skip forward. What I was gonna say is like, you know, some of my ex-girlfriends would know. It's just like as you mature through these things, like I'll never forget one of the things that changed that only you've had in our relationship is the fact that I could get over like a disagreement or an argument or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think the biggest thing when like high school girlfriends, like I was just insanely jealous because I was so clingy because that was the only source of like love and belonging I had was with that girlfriend at the time, probably. And so that was just so unhealthy. I mean, talk about, I don't know if it was codependency, but it was 100% dependency on my part, you know, so that's where all that came from. Completely unhealthy. I know I don't talk to any of you anymore, but my apologies. I turned out to be normal, I promise. Or I think I did.
I can vouch for this.
As close to normal as
Totally normal.
But then my adult girlfriends, it was then like I couldn't let go because I had a lot of anger from growing up. And I hadn't dealt with that anger, right? So like when I would we'd get in disagreements or arguments and stuff like that, I could not let that anger go. Like that, it would just build up anger in me.
Yeah.
It was just embers all the time. And so you fan the embers, and I couldn't let it go. I would be mad over like the dumbest arguments, like dumb arguments.
Yeah.
For like a week, I just couldn't get over it because it was just constant embers.
Yeah.
This is in my early 20s now, mind you. This is not last week. But that was something, that was the biggest thing I remember maturing through with our relationship. Somehow that I could just cut off and left behind, because when you and I had a disagreement or whatever it was, whatever it might have been, I was able to leave that behind me. Like when that argument ended, I could end it.
Yeah.
I didn't carry that weight and that anger with me.
Right.
And that was something that I did for decades.
Yeah.
You know.
Because that's one thing that all couples have to do and do it well to a certain degree is like have disagreements, but yet still move forward, right?
Right. Right.
I mean, you've seen things like one of the best things to do is argue in front of your children, because then they can actually see conflict resolution. And, you know, I don't think you should argue all the time, but right? But like they should see some
at least once a day, argue in front of your children. That's if you learn anything from today.
You learn anything. Just saying, like, but a healthy argument, you know, like, and resolving it in a healthy way, because you're not always going to agree on things.
Yeah.
I mean, we agree on most things.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't remember which child I was talking to, and I was like, in a marriage, you're not going to agree on everything, and don't expect that.
Right.
Otherwise, there's a whole other level of unhealthiness if you do.
Right. Right.
You know? Because you are two different people that are spending a lifetime together, who have different upbringings, different ideas, all of it, different personalities.
Yeah.
It's just,
I don't know if we've mentioned it on the show before, but I think some of the best advice that we gave someone on this, because you had to give a wedding present.
I did.
Right, and we were trying to figure out what it was, and we gave a tie.
Yep.
to my little sister on her wedding.
Yeah.
You presented it and gave it to her and stuff like that. But you go ahead. You can tell them what it was.
No, it was your idea. You go.
Well, it was just. What was the premise we were giving it?
It was for a wedding shower, and I can't even remember now.
But there was supposed to be like
a piece of advice and then a present that kind of.
But they were supposed to go together.
They were supposed to go together. Yeah.
So anyways, we gave them a tie, like a necktie,
Yeah.
because we kind of felt like in our relationship that it's okay to tie. Like there doesn't have to be a winner or a loser of a conversation or an argument. Right? It's okay just to say, all right, well, we tie. Like I don't have to win this.
Right.
And that takes a level of maturity, because that was something I had to do for a long time too, is feel like I had to win.
Yeah.
I think we're worse at that now. Actually. I think there's times like, oh, we're going to dig in here. You're going to dig in. You're like, you're digging in.
I'll dig in.
Yeah.
And there's times when it's like, there's times when you're like, no, I'm just letting this one go. And, it's like, I still think I'm right, but I don't care. It really is not worth arguing over.
Yeah.
I thought you were speeding faster than you were. That's probably the biggest one where we kind of just like, okay, I'm not going to dig in here. Like,
speeding is where you went with that?
Sometimes he'll be like, I don't speed. And in my mind, I'm like, you always speed,
I don't speed excessively. I think you think I drive like 95 miles an hour no matter where I go. And I don't generally. I will catch the next person in front of me usually, but I'm pretty comfy around 80.
You are. Oh.
Well, let's not push this too long. Let's any highlights from our Austin trip this last week for you?
Maybe a learning.
Learning what?
So I've only been to Austin once.
Okay.
There is so much flippin' road construction going on in Austin. Holy moly. I was like, we never knew if Waze was going to tell us the right way, because just random exits would be closed because of road construction. How many roads ended and we're like, oh, can't turn here, but it tells me I'm supposed to.
How many different ways did Waze try to take us to make our way?
Every way is different in Waze.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there was a college football game Friday night on 35 in the middle of they have a whole side of the highway down, so it's got it down to 2 lanes on one side of the highway because they're expanding it. Good Lord, is there any highway in the United States not being expanded?
I don't know.
Weren't we supposed to be in flying cars by now? And they should just expand all highways to
1,000 lanes.
100 lanes. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say something ridiculous too.
Yeah, that is pretty ridiculous.
You know what I mean? Or just go with the tube theory and just everybody, thump, just send cars down one at a time, like that. You know exactly what I'm saying.
I do.
Oh yeah, no, that was good. I'm trying to think if I had any takeaways from it. The one intersection that was bass backwards from any intersection we've ever been through.
30 years of driving, never seen this. And how many cars did we see quite literally driving the wrong way on the road?
There's no way to explain this in a short amount of time when we're trying to wrap this up. This just tell you that this was the most complex right-hand turn lane in anywhere in the United States.
Because the right-hand turn took you into the middle of the road.
If you turned into the first 2 lanes, you were turning yourself into oncoming traffic. Instead, you went down into the middle of oncoming traffic. There was 1 lane going straight, then you turned next to that one, and then the next 2 lanes were oncoming to turn left.
Yeah.
So you basically split oncoming traffic.
Yes.
And there was the sign that we were looking at before, because I'd never been there, going do you understand what that sign means?
Every single one of
no
us
idea.
was like, what does that mean? And so we asked the kid who's taking driver's ed, we're like, is that a new thing? He's like, I don't know what that sign means. Every single one of us said, I don't know what that sign means.
So on the way back from that one time, now that I knew what it was, I watched, and 5 cars were driving into oncoming traffic on this because it's so complex. It makes no sense to do that way. No sense. It's just outside Pflugerville.
Which
outside,
still makes me laugh that you know
with a
that.
P, outside of Austin. And it is the dumbest intersection of all time. So then as I'm going, 4 cars head on into 2 lanes going the wrong way.
Yeah.
So 5 cars. In the one cycle of light that I went through, we're driving into head-on oncoming traffic.
You know what? Everyone should just Google Pflugerville with a P. Stupid intersection.
Oh,
And
it's
I
probably
bet
there. Yeah.
It's got to be there. And I bet you will find.
Yeah. That was my
all
one
kinds of
takeaway
things.
from it.
Yeah.
I'm astonished at it. Whatever civil engineer pulled that one together,
They had to be drunk.
I don't understand it at all. I just don't understand how that works better.
They had to be drunk.
Every
Anyway.
time I was at that intersection, somebody was driving into oncoming traffic.
Yes.
Every single time.
And we went through
And I've
the same
never
intersection.
seen that anywhere other than on like the Cops TV show. Have I seen somebody else driving into oncoming traffic and they were being chased by cops?
Right.
Right?
And they promptly get arrested and
Yeah.
likely are under the influence. Yeah. These
Right.
were probably completely
Yeah.
sane.
Or they ran out of the car
normal-
naked.
What kind of cops show? Man, that sounds.
It's all blurred. You haven't seen that episode?
You know what?
It's like episode 90 through 180. I mean, there's a lot of people that do that apparently.
Oh, okay. I
don't think it's
just
that
gotta
hard.
take your word for it. Like, never
Oh.
been me, which is good.
That was my one takeaway. That was my one takeaway from Austin. Kids played great.
Kids played great.
Good season opener.
It was always fun, but man, yeah, bass backwards.
Yep.
Pflugerville stupid intersection. I have to believe it's a thing.
It is a thing. It's got to be.
It's got to be trending on Twitter or something.
Got to be.
Let's make it trend on Twitter.
Maybe I'll put a picture of it up here
Oh yeah,
at some point.
let's do that. That sign and then we can just make everyone go, "What in the heck?"
Yeah. Maybe they'll change it. Change, people. Change is progress.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
Here you
I
go.
want-
Let's end it with that. All right, let's come up with our words so we don't get too long here. You got yours, I've got mine.
Okay,
I think.
I think.
I do.
I don't love mine, but okay.
I don't love mine either, but I couldn't find a better way of saying it with one word. All right, let's just say 1, 2, 3. Acceleration. Oh, agility. What's that?
Oh, so I think last week just kind of threw a ton of curveballs, right? Like, you know, I think about a night where, all practice was canceled, celebration, and then it became one of the craziest nights ever. We ended up going to bed way later, and then we had to throw in a trip to Austin where everything's going to get canceled. Are they not? It was just one of those weeks that felt like we were constantly pivoting.
Yeah, that's true. We were. A lot of curveballs.
A lot of curveballs.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to hear about your acceleration.
Well, acceleration, I mean, it's similar. Acceleration was just like, we're just pedal to the metal. I mean, like, we're just going. You're right. It's like, okay, we're taking a hard left turn here, but we still got to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, we're going.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. To your point, like, practice was canceled, no big deal. Now we're going to go to the football game.
Right, right. Oh, wait, now I'm going to drop off a kid at the football game while I'm picking up another kid, like, who's going to now stay at the... It was just weird.
Yeah.
I felt like Frogger. Maybe Frogger would have been
Oh,
a better
that
one
was a
for
really
me.
good one, yeah.
Like, just, yeah, because that is both
That
of
paints a
those.
good picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, made it through another week. Good job.
Okay, fine.
And now we're in September, where we're into fall, my favorite season of the year. Are we officially in fall? That doesn't happen until like October or something like that,
The autumnal equinox falls. I don't know when it is. Technically, I think that's when it starts, but I don't know. September seems like fall to me.
right? Yeah.
So we're going to go with it.
Yeah, we're gonna go with it. Yeah. Well, we saw pumpkin spice pancakes are out, so
Yeah.
pumpkin spice has arrived, which means fall has arrived.
Well, ooh, I should make that.
There we go. All right. Hey, thanks for joining everybody. Hope you have a great week.
All right. Ciao, ciao.
See ya.